Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm sharing my first layout using the Scrapping Fun Kit's July kit. The theme for this kit is frozen, but I'm using it just as standard paper. I'm making a layout that shows a photo of my friends and I when we visited Angkor Wat in Cambodia. I've gathered up a few things that I thought I might use. I don't end up using half of this stuff, but I've just gathered up some things that I thought might be useful. I've got some paper, some pattern paper, some white cardstock, some tissue paper, the photo, and all of the elements from the kit. I've also got a stamp there that I don't end up using, and I've got some drywall tape that I don't use as well. I decide that I'm going to use the patterned blue paper for my background paper, and I'm going to use the mauve paper or the purple paper for the next layer in. So I cut the mauve paper to 11.5 by 11.5, and then I cut a 1-inch frame out of that. My plan at this stage is to use it only as a frame and put the white cardstock on top of it. I cut the white cardstock down to 10.5 inches by 10.5 inches, thinking that I'm going to use it in the centre of this layout, and that would allow a 1/2 inch of the purple to show all around the edge of the white. I have a bit of a play around with my photo and the embellishments here to get a bit of an idea of what I'm going to do. I haven't started this layout with any sort of plan, so it's just a matter of using what's in the kit and positioning how I think it might look the best. I've got some tissue paper in purple and white, or basically clear, to use behind my photo. I've got this out of my stash. I'm not sure which way I'm going to go, or even if I will use tissue paper. It was just something that I had in mind. I did think about layering the white over the purple to tone it down a little bit, but didn't like that, so I end up going with the purple. You can see here that I've attached it to the photo and with a very fine border around, and then I've just torn the bottom edge, so I've got a very fine purple border around my photo. This is where I decided to do some mixed media on my white background. So I took out my 13 Arts gesso and gave the white cardstock a coat of gesso just randomly. It didn't completely cover it. I then set that aside to dry, and while that was drying I had a change of heart and didn't end up using it. All of the papers on this layout are inked around the edges. To do that I use a black ink pad from Craft. I ink the edges so that each of the papers stand out from the one beneath it. I'm going to attach this frame to the background page using double-sided tape. I've decided on the layers of my layout, so now I'm going to cut each of those papers to the size that I want so that they sit how I want them to on this layout. For a little added interest, I decided to cut a fishtail in each end of this purple paper. I took all of my papers to my sewing machine and stitched around the edge of each of them. This helps them stand out from each other. I've used black thread to do that so that each layer has more of a definition. When I got back from my sewing machine, I forgot to turn the overhead lights on, so this part of the video is a bit shadowy, but I do correct that very shortly. I cut my doily in half because I don't need to use the full thing. I use glue and double-sided tape to attach all of my layers to my page. Using the blue tag that comes in this kit and an RT stamp, and it's just 3 little flowers and the black ink, I just stamp randomly over the blue tag and just to add some interest to it because it's very plain, and then I will run it through my Big Shot using a embossing folder. I removed the twine that was in the tag and I'm going to replace it with some of this fluffy wool that's in the kit, and once I've tied that on there, I'm going to attach that to my layout behind the photo, sort of poking out from behind the photo with some double-sided tape, and then I'm going to poke some decorative pins into the tag just as an added embellishment. I'm also going to add a flare and a flower that was in the kit to this little cluster. I'm going to tuck some of this washi tape that was in the kit sort of half under the photo. It's a very pretty little blue piece of washi tape with silver stars on it. I then add 2 more flowers and another flare from the kit to the bottom left hand corner of the photo in a little cluster. I thought about adding this bow to the cluster, but it didn't just look right to me, so it was taken off and I might use that on another project. I'm going to use these Remark stickers, alpha stickers by American Crafts for my title. I decided to go for black because I thought it would give the layout a bit of a lift, and I'm just using my T-ruler to try and attach them in a straight line. I hand wrote the date that the photo was taken. I had thought at this stage that that page was finished, but I felt that there was something missing. I had a look in my stash and I found these heat embossed shapes that I had made previously. The colours of these embellishments were perfect for this layout. I had a star shape and a butterfly shape, so I cut the star shape in half and tucked it behind the photo, and I put the butterfly sort of coming out from behind the photo and the cluster on the right hand side of the layout. So that will finish this layout for the July Scrapping Fun Kits kit. I hope you've enjoyed watching the video. If you are interested in purchasing the kit, there is heaps in this kit. I will put a link in the description below so you can subscribe. I think you can just subscribe for 1 month. There's no like minimum or maximum that you can subscribe for, so pop on over and have a look. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have, please subscribe to my channel and click the bell so you're notified each time I upload a video. And if you would like to share my video with your friends, I would be very appreciative. Thank you.